Today, we're going to examine the experiments across all Marvel universes. In the Marvel world, some are born with powers, but others were reborn in a laboratory. Let's get started. Captain America. Don't let the looks of this weak, asthmatic, short kid fool you. Despite these traits, he kept trying to join the army and kept getting rejected. But this big-hearted kid never gave up, and a scientist named Dr. Abraham Erskine discovered him. He said there's much more to this little man. Dr. Erskine had developed a Super Soldier Serum. While this serum would transform you into someone physically very powerful, it also amplified everything inside you. So if you were a good person, you'd become better, and if you were bad, you'd become worse. For Dr. Erskine, Steve was the person he was looking for. Marvel's what if scenario showed us Peggy Carter as the Super Serum Soldier. Would you have liked to see Peggy as Captain America in the MCU? Anyway, Steve Rogers entered the experiment pod. This massive pod maxes out everything about Steve: muscle, endurance, healing, speed. But here's the tragic part. Erskine is killed the very day after the serum injection. The formula is gone. Steve Rogers remains the world's only super soldier. At least, that's what we thought in the first film.
Red Skull, the dark side of the serum.
What Erskine said was this: the serum makes a good man better, a bad man worse. This was literally a spoiler warning. Johann Schmidt, Red Skull, applies the first version of the serum to himself. The result? The power comes, but his face dissolves. The rot inside him surfaces. In the first Avenger, this scene is both terrifying and ironic. The man wanted to become super, he became a monster. Be honest, if you were the one who took this serum, would it bring out the good or the bad in you? Hulk. Bruce Banner, a genius, a gamma radiation expert. And what happens to this man is entirely an accident. In The Incredible Hulk, Banner tries to combine the Super Soldier Serum with gamma radiation to create a super soldier. He tested on himself, and the gamma explosion ruins everything. Now, whenever he gets angry, he has to deal with controlling a massive green monster. In Avengers 2012, Natasha asks him, "What did you feel at the moment of the explosion?" Banner's answer is low-key one of the most tragic things: "I'm always angry." In the original comics, Incredible Hulk #1, 1962, the story is slightly different. Banner shields a young boy from a test explosion and is exposed to the gamma wave. In both versions, the same theme prevails: sacrifice or curiosity, both lead to disaster. Here's a question for you. Banner and Hulk are essentially two people. Which one contributed more to the Avengers? Write it in the comments. She-Hulk. Jennifer Walters, Bruce Banner's cousin, is in an accident and Banner's blood transforms her into She-Hulk. I'll be honest, the visual effects in this series were terrible. The story is passable. Anyway, that's not our topic here, but if you think the same, write it in the comments. Getting back to She-Hulk's transformation, she controls the Hulk form much better than Banner ever did. Why? The series explains this as emotional maturity. Bruce struggled for years to learn control. Jen, she basically adapts within weeks. Is this fair? Debatable. Winter Soldier, Bucky Barnes, Steve's best friend. In the first Avenger, he falls from the train. That scene literally tears your heart apart, but he doesn't die. Hydra finds him. His arm is replaced with a vibranium alloy metal arm built with Soviet technology. His mind is wiped and reprogrammed. He's kept in a cryopod for decades, awakened for assassination missions, then frozen again. In the comic version, Ed Brubaker, Captain America #1 to #50, the story is essentially the same, and Brubaker received comic book awards for this character, rightfully so. Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver, the coolest siblings in the MCU. Their story goes like this: Sokovia, Wanda and Pietro Maximoff, twin siblings. Their family is wiped out by weapons produced with Stark technology. Wanda and Pietro witnessed this scene, and they just waited there in silence for days. They volunteer for Hydra's Baron Strucker program because they want revenge against Stark. And this is where the Mind Stone comes in. In Avengers: Age of Ultron 2015, Strucker's experiments are shown. The Infinity Stone connects with humans, and Wanda and Pietro survive. Pietro gains speed. Wanda gains telekinesis, reality manipulation, and mind control. On the comic side, Wanda is born a mutant, X-Men number 4, 1964. But the MCU changed this origin. Due to licensing issues with Sony and Fox, the word mutant couldn't be used. Later, with Multiverse of Madness, Wanda's Scarlet Witch identity was explained with much deeper mythology. As for Pietro, he dies in Age of Ultron to protect Hawkeye. The fast man couldn't outrun the bullets. Brutal. I think removing Pietro Maximoff from the story was unnecessary. He was an iconic character. We could have seen much more of him. What do you think? Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers, a pilot. An extraordinary accident. She's exposed to the explosion of Mar-Vell's energy core. Photon energy is embedded into her body. Her memory is gone. Captain Marvel tells this story in fragments, intentionally, because Carol herself remembers her past piece by piece. And that photon energy, it's literally like a solar explosion in power. She can breathe in space, fly at near light speed, fire energy blasts. I personally don't think it's enjoyable to watch a character who has this kind of unlimited power. What do you think? Vision, the Mind Stone. It was inside Loki's scepter. Then Ultron used it. Then Tony Stark and Bruce Banner built an android with Jarvis's consciousness. Then Thor brought it to life with lightning. In Avengers: Age of Ultron, Vision's birth scene literally feels like an AI taking its first breath, and the Mind Stone is placed in his forehead. Vision is technically the product of an experiment, but which experiment? Tony's engineering, Banner's science, Ultron's purpose, Jarvis's soul, Thor's power. This is literally a combination of 5 different things. In WandaVision, Vision's character is explored much more deeply. He asks himself, what is death? There is no answer, but that question lingers with the audience. We've explored half of the experiments in the Marvel Universe. I'll cover the rest in part 2, so make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. Now, I want to leave you with a few questions. If the Super Soldier Serum were given to you, would it amplify your good side or your bad side? Bruce Banner and Hulk might seem like they're in constant conflict, but who do you think contributed more to the Avengers? She-Hulk gained control in a very short time. Do you think that's fair? Or does Bruce's years-long struggle make more sense? What do you think about the MCU changes to Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver? Was Pietro's death necessary in your opinion? Do Captain Marvel's limitless powers make her exciting to watch? Or could it become exhausting for the audience? Also, don't forget to check out my video where I analyze Wolverine's entire skeletal DNA in detail. For part 2, make sure to like the video, subscribe, and turn on notifications.